Dun, dun. That was not the button I expected to press. What's up? Hope everyone's having a wonderful day. As I do multiple things at the same time, because I always do. It is... I'm facing the wrong way, as I usually am. Every time. What up, Sage? Transform. Flip horizontal. That way I face the game and not face away. Also should probably make it so y'all can hear the game. Excuse me. Shenhe is my profile picture is the correct choice? Exactly. You've done the Shenhe story quest, I see. Good stuff, good stuff. Gift mailbox. I'm so sad that I've only missed 2 of these because there was a single month that I did not play this game. He is fine. He is fine. BP reports. Yeah, there's just some little stuff. She's my favorite girl. Please be a banner again. Oh, she absolutely will. There absolutely will be more banners. Don't you worry. There's still a lot to do. There's a lot that we need to do today. Also, Elgato is lagging like crazy, so let me just reset that. It sucks because, like, Shenhe, even though Shenhe's really, really good, really, really awesome, she's only pretty much cryo support, and that's it. Not really the greatest, but besides that. Good evening, Boar. How are you? Do multiple things at the same time. Preservation. Oh, I heard of Dragon Spines. Dragon Spine is a great place. So much fun. I love Dragon Spine. It is a great climb. Whee. I do hope the game is not too loud. Kind of turned up the game. So today, by the way, today was supposed to be a fun-filled day with a lot of stuff to do. And then, that didn't really happen. I mean, we are playing Genshin, but today was gonna be like, we're gonna go from Genshin to, or we're gonna go from Fire Emblem to Genshin, and I was gonna do a bunch of stuff, and I'm also trying to multitask like crazy. It's fine. For some reason, though, I've been really tired today. Yeah, that's been me. Really tired. But I finally figured out kind of a more main reason for that. Just do, like, multitasking like crazy.
Should we be off work this early?
So...
There's still a lot left to do.
Excuse me. How do I even put this? So, when it comes to being destroyed by enemies? No. So, today, the plan was gonna be, yo, I'm gonna wake up, like, hella early. And when I wake up hella early, we're gonna play some,
No touching.
We're gonna play some Fire Emblem, and then we're gonna go play Genshin. It's gonna be a fun-filled day with so much stuff. Bada bing, bada boom, fun times.
Just right.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but we are only playing Genshin and we didn't play Fire Emblem. Also, I didn't stream yesterday. I have learned definitively why I've been so sleepy lately. And it's well, besides the usual reasons. But now I know a bigger reason, and I don't know why I didn't think about this earlier. It didn't make any sense, but it did make sense. So, like, kind of forgot that my job is very physically intensive, and I'm not really that healthy of a person, I guess, physically. Kind of a fat ass, to be frank. At least that's what my family keeps saying. Regardless, I know I'm like out of shape and such. And I'm kind of realizing that having a job where I'm always, well, like, I guess in the past now, where I was always on my feet and constantly working my butt off and doing all this sort of stuff, makes you really, really tired. The only reason I found this out is because was it Sunday when I did my training for the office position? I was in a call with Cheese after it because I was like, yo, Cheese, what do I stream? And Cheese is like, it's 1 o'clock in the morning for you. And I was like, I know, but I am wide awake. Like, I've never been this wide awake in so long. Oh, hello, this hilly churl that I haven't faced in literal ages. Give me your cabbages. Yeah, so, who would have thought? Working a physically intensive job, who would have guessed, might be, might make you tired. So, if that sucks to hear, I mean, it is what it is. That being said, right, today when I go to work in like 3 hours, I'm gonna be doing admin work again, which, funny enough, I was gonna mention this yesterday, but of course I didn't stream yesterday because sleep. I fell asleep for a long time. I literally went up to my, so I told the trainer the last time I worked for administrative, like, hey, mentally rather than physically. Yeah, but I like desk jobs, and when I used to work scheduling, I was actually like really like always awake and always streaming. Like, I didn't really take too many naps. It's just the physical exhaustion I think is getting to me. Anywho, so today is my second day of training for the this position, right? And funny enough, this is honestly just incredibly funny to me. I told them, hey, y'all could just throw me into the fire on my second day and just see how I do. Like, I feel pretty good. And I got word back from the office head. She was like, hey, so this is what was in the trainer's report. She said you did really good, but you kind of seemed bored. And I was like, oh, I did not. And she's like, no, not like, she's like, she had to like figure out the right words for this. She was like, not like bored that like you just didn't like it or anything. Bored as in you seem to already have known what to do and we're kind of just like going through the motions better than a lot of people we train. which once again, it's not like dissing anybody who's been like trained under them. It's the fact that like I have I've have this office experience like the past 5 years I've been office work. So I'm glad that none of that went to waste. And then the office head was like, yo, just want to be sure. What up, Cheese? How's it going? Office head was like, so I just want to be absolutely sure. I know you told like the trainer that you would like to just try to do all the stuff on your own and see what happens with somebody watching over you your second day. Now, normally, you know, we're supposed to like kind of train you a little bit more, but would you like to do that? And I was like, yep, literally just throw me to the wolves. Just throw me to the wolves. Tell me, like, just have me do whatever the heck you want me to do. And just make sure somebody's at least watching me so that way I don't, like, completely screw up if I do. Otherwise, just literally tell me and be like, yo, I'm doing multiple things at the same time. Apologies. Yeah, I was like, just literally throw me to the wolves. Just, it'll be fine. So that's my day today. Also, I found out that apparently when it comes to, excuse me, I'm doing like multiple things at the same time here. Like I said, I told them as well, like, hey, just a heads up, like, should be chilling for the most part. And that's gonna be today. So, oh, I also should mention, apparently it takes 3 weeks to learn the position. I'm being given 3 days. I feel pretty good. All right, that all out of the way. Gonna go over some stuff for Genshin, because Genshin is happening right now. Yada, yada, yada. So, there's technically one thing I have not done in Genshin yet, and that is Kazuha's quest. However, there's also a few other things that we have not done technically. First off, I want to go over Realm Depot. I've been always getting these transient resins. I'm no longer going to be getting transient resins. I'm at the point in this game where I really don't need to grind too much. And if I do, I have enough fragile resin to like hold me over. So I'm no longer going to be getting that. After I skip through Summertime Odyssey. Yeah, you're probably good too. Oh, I should also mention Summertime Odyssey. So there are two things. One, I have not done the Immernachreicht keep or the Temple of the Star like challenges. And reason for that is mostly because I mean, I could do it now. Fuck it. Okay, so I didn't do all the quests. I just want to be absolutely upfront. I have not done all the quests for this event. There are some quests that I am missing that do give like primos and such. I just can't be bothered. I really can't. Like, I like this event, don't get me wrong, but I like the story of the event, and I don't like... Thanks for the fish. I don't like all the random stuff that, like, they've had to have me do. There are some conches that I've missed. One for Jinya and one for Mona. Once again, I kind of don't care. They're not super, super important. But, like, I could do these... I don't really care to though. I already have like, how many primos do I have? Let me do this. Go to Inazuma. I have 14,000 primos. And while every primo does matter at the end of the day, I'm gonna be completely honest here with everybody, okay? They're kind of annoying to get. I've heard. I'm gonna just keep 100 here. Keep it real. I like the story of there's been 2 Golden Apple Archipelago events. The Klee Summer Vacation one, and now Fischl's Summer Vacation one, okay? I've played both of them. I firmly believe, that Klee's Golden Apple Archipelago event was better exploration and world setting and made sense to explore, do all the quests and get all of that stuff done. Story-wise, it is weak. Compare that to the Golden Apple Archipelago Officials version. The story is immaculate. I did not like re-exploring everything in the Golden Apple Archipelago. I love the area, don't get me wrong. It's beautiful, it's wonderful. I love every bit about like how it looks, and I wish it's a permanent place. Something about re-exploring and all the different versions of it, it did not feel as interesting as the first one. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me with that. But I did the other day, I kind of went through and like kind of looked at all the places that we explored, like that's been released and such. And I kind of want to talk about it before we do Kazuha's event real quick, because Sumeru comes out tomorrow. And we are going to be doing a 6-hour stream of going through Sumeru. I do not work tomorrow, so we will be doing a very, very long stream of Sumeru and everything there. But I wanted to go over like the exploration expectations, because I've noticed something, and I think it became very apparent playing the Golden Apple Archipelago. So I wish they made the exploration stuff kind of like minigames, similar to what they did for Klee. Exactly. So for those who didn't play the Klee one, Klee's, when it comes to exploring as Klee, there were mini games all over the map that you got to play, like kind of a faux version of Pong, which it was just a lot more fun to explore. So I just want to talk real quick about exploring in Genshin and which ones have been fun to least. I'm gonna just get the few things over with. I think the place that's been least enjoyable to explore has been Liyue. I was never a big fan of exploring Liyue. There's so many nooks, crannies, and just like the locale of trying to traverse it just kind of was all over the place. Liyue was probably the worst place to explore. Second, kind of controversial maybe. I'm actually going to say that with so many mountains. Yeah, exactly. There's just so many mountains and it's just not super enjoyable. But this is controversial. Excuse me. I think Golden Apple Archipelago Part 2 is also is up from that. I'm actually going to make a notepad document so that way I can kind of... Oops. Sure. Okay. So, last place is Liyue. Golden Apple Archipelago 2, I believe, is probably the second worst. Now, I do believe, like, the locations are cool and all, right? Like, Boda's Island, Jinyan's Island, the Immernachreicht, Kazuha's Island. I just think that, like, it's so overwhelming. And it just still feels very barren, and that you're really just looking at the same places over and over again, just looking for chests and, like, mini puzzles, and the puzzles aren't that intuitive, you know? Compared to the first one, right? There's so much of everything. Exactly. I just think it was very overwhelming, and unless you were somebody who played the game every single day and constantly explored every single day, I just don't think it was worth it. I really don't. Third worst, I'm going to say, is going to be the chasm. Just once again, I think the chasm's just all over the place and it's very rocky. This also includes Liyue's chasm up here, which I've also still yet to fully explore. We'll get to that. But just imagine Liyue, but just so much more mountains. The reason though why it's better than Liyue though, like Liyue place as a whole, because keep in mind, like before the chasm, everything to the right of the chasm was Liyue. It's just the chasm and like the surface of the chasm is so small that at least you're not super overwhelmed, but it's still like climbing everything is just kind of annoying. Then after that is going to be Inazuma, and I'm specifically talking about the first 3 islands in Inazuma. We did start off with 2 and then Sangonomiya. That's not what this is called, is it? Watatsumi. There we go. Watatsumi later, but I'm going to kind of mesh them all together. Inazuma is a fun place, don't get me wrong, but the reason why it's kind of like in the middle is something about exploring Inazuma. It felt way more annoying to traverse than it should have been, even though there was like a lot of flatlands, and it felt like you were always missing something. And that's because there's so many ruins under Inazuma. Like there are so many ruins underneath. I mean, all of Inazuma City is built on top of ruins, so it's like cool. Now as for Sarai Island and Surumi Island, I'm actually putting them above, which if you've been around my streams before if you've been around my streams during the time we explored Sarai and Surumi, I openly hated both of them a ton. But looking back, I think they were actually way more enjoyable to explore than like Inazuma as a whole and the others that we've gone over. Surumi is still a pain in the butt, which actually I could probably go finish the Surumi quest line right now. But like this place is, yeah. I just realized something. Oh shit.
Rest and rebuild.
Okay, anyway. I'll get to that in a bit of what I just realized. Oh shit. Anywho. After that, I would say Zenkanomiya, and then Mondstadt's probably the best. Golden Apple Archipelago 1 is probably better, but still. Actually, what was your name again? Bulika. Departs, Boatman. This is for an achievement, by the way. Time has not yet come. Oh, this is from Kito and Kina. Alright, I was about to say, I was like, I swear I'm on number 5. Take this, dear boatman. Cheese.
Perhaps
I need you to do something real quick. Because I just realized something. Fuck. Can you send me, very particular, can you go into Google and look for, furniture Summertime Odyssey? Alright, are we done? Won't do. Excuse me? I've already talked to everybody. What?
next on the agenda.
Boatman, what? I'll figure his stuff out later. Check DMs. All right, let's see if this is correct. Excuse me. Not entirely what I'm looking for. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Nope, we're good. We're good. Whew, okay. So the reason why I asked Cheese about that is because let's actually go to the Serenity Pot real quick. Just to show this off. I don't usually show off the Serenity Pot stuff just because Serenity Pot is not good. It's not interesting. They really fucked up the Serenity Pot and I hate it. There needs to be a bigger limit. Like, there really does need to be a bigger limit, and I don't care what anyone says. There needs to be a bigger limit here. Out of everything, so out of the rewards, there are a few rewards for this event that we did get, and I got them by accident, and I'm happy that I got them by accident. The first one is the Allegro Bloom Special Tuning. This is gotten from a chest, I think. I got like this from a random chest somewhere. So there's that. There is... So that is one thing. But then you also have... two other furnishings that we got. The Stormbraver from doing Minoboru's quests. And then the keepsake photo of Twilight Theater, which was from the quest line for the theater. That's it. That's all we that we got from this one. There's also some other shards and everything and some primos that I missed, but once again, I don't entirely care when it comes to primos lately. So yeah. Just getting some stuff done. Cool. All right. That means that we can actually do Kazua's story quest now. I was a little scared that I was going to have to do something else, but that's fine. Sorry, I'm doing multiple things at the same time. Cool. All right, let's do Kazua's quest, because I don't care about the scattered past. That is going to... Why does not say expires? Interesting. All right, let's go do Kazua's quest before we do like literally everything else. There's so much stuff to do. Y'all will be excited. I'm also doing multiple things at the same time because stuff. To the Byakuya Plains!
It's been a while since we first set foot on Inazuma.
It has been, I think, a year or something.
So many things have happened since then.
So many memorable events.
Yeah, we've definitely made some progress on our journey. So, where should we go today? Huh?
There's a moment.
What's up?
Oh, hello, person with sword. Be careful.
Hey, what the heck was that for?
Why are you attacking me?
All right, let's convince him to calm down a little.
I like your sword, mister. It's very purple. And everyone knows purple's a great color. Everyone knows purple's a fantastic color.
You don't have a vision after all. Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them. No, wait. Even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Danger is my middle
Have you ever
name.
met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
What about him?
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
And why are you looking for him?
That's none of your business. Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
Wait, we're good friends with the boy.
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces, and he didn't even apologize. Seems like a real nutcase. Well, one thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
Very smart for
Hey,
once.
don't be mean. I'm unsmart lots of the time.
Not really.
Anyway, just to be on the safe side, we should go fight Kazuha right away and tell him to watch his back.
I have a
What
hunch.
kind of hunch?
I have a special connection to
A special
Kazuha.
connection? You mean beyond already knowing each other?
I feel like their fighting styles are kind of similar.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
I think this guy is probably the a
Anyway,
ghost.
There's no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into any danger.
I think this guy's a ghost.
Paimon heard that the Crux fleet is stocking up in Rito at the moment. Let's look for him there.
Spooky ghost boy. A strange and friendless road. Go to be told, look for Kazuha. Haven't we already done a story quest for Kazuha at this point? I could be wrong, but I swear there's already been a story event for Kazuha. Do story quests. That's not the right button. It's archives. Travelogue. I'm full of it. Kazuha's just literally been a part of so many events. Kazuha's been a part of so many events in this game that I just figured he's had a story event already. Crazy how that works. Also, how'd you guys feel about Asmanthus wine? Yeah, it's part of the main story and part of like 3 events so far.
Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
He's always impressive, fucker.
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run, only this time, as soon as we entered the harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha.
Fair.
If it's because of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of attention. Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
Nope.
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
That's been for so long. That's so long ago is when that happened. Why are we still talking about this now?
Is it really as big a deal as everyone's making it out to be?
It's the technique used to beat Haishan.
Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved. He was called away earlier by some people from the Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him. I thought they'd come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
I mean, he did block a death blow from the Raiden.
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
I mean, Shogun probably wants to show some goodwill.
Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryo Commission.
All right then. I'll just stay here and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Good old Tenryo Commission. Kujo Sara, what are you doing? Asmanthus wine. Who wants some Asmanthus wine? Cheese if you say yes. You're dead. Hello!
Oh? It's you.
Hello! Hey, you're the guy who,
Greetings.
survived?
We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to listen in on the conversation. We invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate.
It's the guy who tried to marry and then
Your
people
hard
were gonna
work
use
has
him.
secured for us the agreeable state of affairs
Poor
that we now
Kamaji.
enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past mistakes, and for that, I'm deeply grateful.
I'm glad that, like, everything's coming full circle. Kamaji, like, survived the Raiden Shogun's, fight. Dude grew some balls and fucking survived it. Then he was about to get married, to which everyone wanted to use it as a political gain, to which Ayato had to step in and be like, yo, fuckers, stand the fuck back, let the man think this through. And dude's been on a downfall, but
The Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years. The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
Which, let's be real, Kazuha's had the worst of everything.
Regarding the history of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
Yeah, we know a lot about it. A lot about it.
There was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class.
I only have so many emote slots, Katsy. Like,
but there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya. Both the Kaedahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
Interesting. They went to Snezhnaya.
We later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the Fatui.
Of course.
Attributing all of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaedahara clans was neither proper nor just.
Good old Fatui doing Fatui things.
Considering Mr. Kaedahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the almighty shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our investigations into these matters. We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
This is a true honor. I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the almighty shogun and the shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
I'm gonna take a guess that they want him to stay in Inazuma and stop being a wanderer.
I can assure you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice.
I mean, I trust Kamaji. He's just dumb.
With the Kaedahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaedaharas will be bladesmiths once more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
That's...
You
there
will
we
be
go.
able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City, with the almighty shogun's blessing and full support of the shogunate.
But the dude wants to be a wanderer.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode. Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaedahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words. Should you accept this offer, I imagine many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
I mean, there's still the guy with the
Malicious
glowing sword.
rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaedahara Kazuha in town.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaedahara really parried the shogun's strike.
Which he did with the use of another vision.
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in addition to that of Animo. As a
Yep.
result, the falsehood that Kaedahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to spread.
Good old delusions. For those who don't know, delusions are the visions created by the Fatui.
What? But that doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and frail, and Kazuha still looks fine.
Yep.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
We're a traveler, and we can wield currently 3, soon to be 4 elements.
This is just one of many similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject of public discussion, no matter whether it brings suspicion or stardom my way.
Kazuha just wants to live a peaceful life. That's
But
fair.
perhaps if the shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
This is precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider. In fact, let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing.
Someone's hunting you down, buddy. He's got a purple glowy
Why
sword.
would such a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Could it be somebody trained within the same master?
This puzzles me as much as it does you. My fighting forms were taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can be fairly assessed for quality.
Okay.
Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaedahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
All the more reason to watch your back. This guy was a serious nutcase.
This guy's serious nut. That's great. Good old
Indeed,
wording.
he sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Nah, they're gonna die.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the Traveler in investigating the one who attacked her, then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
Very well.
True. What up,
Please
Jigsaw?
stay safe.
Please stay safe. We literally watched you fight the Shogun. It's fine.
Let's go and track down your aggressor.
Doopa
The
doopa doo.
detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town. Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
It's Ryuji, which, I mean, you know, we know who Ryuji is. Anyway. God dang it.
Osmanthus wine tastes the same as I remember. But where are those who share the memory?
There we go. Alright, sorry. I have to appease chat. Chat's been appeased. Congratulations. Whee! Hi, I'm the Geo Archon. Nice to meet you.
We'd like to ask you a quick question. Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
You're not appeased? Well,
Aha.
dang.
So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
Oh? You were targeted in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest.
Immediate interest. But what about present interest?
Mr. Kaidehara is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for him.
Yeah, he survived a thing that happened a few months ago.
To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information.
That is creepy.
Some of them were offering us millions of mora just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Greedy freaking detective.
Millions of Mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
Please, accept my thanks for looking out for my privacy.
Yeah. Good job.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it. Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara.
Everyone wants him
But I
for
wouldn't
some
know
reason.
where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as particularly unusual? The Tenryou Commission had very few leads, and I thought you might have some information from different sources.
It's true that the commissioners aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out in the streets. But typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention.
Fair.
If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault, in which case the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
Unless this is somebody connected to the Tenryou Commission.
That does make sense. Uh-oh. Looks like the trail's already run cold.
No, we got Kazuha, who can literally smell the
I still
everything.
find it difficult to believe that
Everything.
whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere. Few people possess your prowess in battle. So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
True. Also, thanks for the
I am
praise.
well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted.
Everyone else would have died, but at least you're
It would
fine.
cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
Don't worry, we'll find him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
For those who are not aware, so Kazuha, survived the Muso no Hitachi. I think it's Hitachi, which essentially is like kind of an insta-kill that the Raiden Shogun likes to do. Like, we're talking full-blown, like, insta-kill sort of thing. Sorry, I'm just double-checking some things here while I talk about this. He survived it, though, because the Traveler was about to get fucking executed. Like, we're talking executed by the Shogun, if I recall correctly. So, in the state of panic, Kazuha goes up and essentially just reflects the attack, is the best way to put it. Sorry, I'm still checking a few things here. There we go. Cool. So he goes in, and due to trying to save the Traveler from being hit, he panics because he doesn't want the Traveler to die, actually really caring about the Traveler, which is adorable. And due to the resounding will to protect the Traveler, the electro vision of his friend who died to the Muso no Itachi way early on, before the events of this game happen, due to still holding their broken vision, it activates, feeling that fervor and causing him to use Anemo and Electro together to block the unblockable, saving the Traveler's life.
You are much too humble. Don't worry, I completely understand your concerns. I will try my best to gather whatever leads I can for you. Oh, actually, there was one strange incident over the last few days. It doesn't involve an attack, though.
But what was it?
Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure. During times like this, the more information we have, the better.
All right, then. Recently, 2 people went missing from the city at around the same time.
Okay.
One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
I believe we may know that.
Now there's a familiar name.
Yeah.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. 2 grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is skilled with the blade. Perhaps he is the one you are looking for.
Understood, though it seems highly unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Well, we can investigate both. It's fine.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
You know what? There's something I also want to do near the end of the stream, but I'll talk about that later, because I just had an idea. Hello! You're an old man!
Ah, if it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha. What brings you here today?
Huh? You 2 know each other?
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the 2 clans.
And yet you say you don't understand why the nephew would disappear?
After I returned to Inazuma,
Okay,
I
maybe.
visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
Gotcha.
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Iridori Festival, which I may have misspelled when I put up the VOD. My apologies. Iridori was the festival, the art festival, essentially. What up, Neko? How's it going? The art festival that Albedo was the one who was drawing all the pictures for. And there was Zinksho, there was Kazuha, Ayaka. I mean, Klee was there too, but Klee wasn't one of the pictures. I don't remember the pictures,
Though
all of them.
bladesmiths trace their
The last one I
craft
remember,
back to
but
the
that's-
same source. Over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of
What have you
different
been, Neko?
branches of the same art. As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out, until both body and mind have memorized the craft,
Good drama right
turning
now.
each motion of every technique into an intrinsic part of the bladesmith's life.
I gotcha. Drama's never fun, but hopefully you're able to get through it.
As for the art of the Kaedehara clan, I believe it's called the Ishin art.
It is the Ishin
That's
art.
right. Ishin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins. For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Ishin blade chooses its owner.
Hence
You
the purple
are,
blade.
without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Ishin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaedehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive and well.
Yeah. Kaedehara is
You
pretty cool.
overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back on topic.
Had to make changes to
The
the
purpose
mod
of our
team.
visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew.
You want to DM me about it if you don't want to say in chat,
We
or
hope
am I
to
not part of
assist with
that?
the
I don't remember if
investigation.
I'm still a mod or not.
It
It's been a
may
while.
turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew.
My poor nephew. Oh
I
god.
reported the case to the Tenryou Commission, but I haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but
Interesting.
I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryou Commission.
Hey buddy, your son is dead. It's like,
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing, he gave me a very cryptic look and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
okay.
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse,
Not a fire.
and neither of them came back.
They burned.
Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind.
Oh, he's
So
thinking.
nobody knows what really happened.
He's thinking.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
If I had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes up. He's never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality.
Cool.
He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts, particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Okay.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine.
Not
Based
the
on the evidence
friend!
we have gathered so far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person. He is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Maybe the purple sword influences his thoughts. Think about that.
Is that so?
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear, with neither farewell nor fair warning. I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst to me.
Also fair, old
Anyway,
man.
should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
Don't worry, if we run into the Byakko plane again, we'll probably
Don't
get
worry.
attacked and
You have
have
our
cause.
word.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as well.
We still need to get
Yeah.
information from Nagato.
It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other. Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Figure out what that fancy item is. Alright, where's the Nagatos? Nagatos are up here. For a second I thought it was Naotos, and I was like, cool name, cool name. Running around. Hello.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
What do you
My
owe?
husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
We are not debt collectors,
No,
miss.
no, you misunderstand us. We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions about Mr. Nagato's disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit again.
Do we look like debt
I'm
collectors?
sorry you have to
Damn.
see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search.
I wonder where they went.
With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
We hear that you're in debt. Can you tell us more
For
about it?
example, Paimon's struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things.
A collector? Like my stuff all over there? So much stuff. And I'm poor as fuck.
He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him.
Yeah, I
Everything
get
was
you.
fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Aw, shit. What happened?
Oh, what happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for them.
Now, listen, even though I'm a really bad collector and everything, and I like collector's editions and so on and so forth, I don't ever borrow money, because I don't like being in debt to people. Only companies? That's a weird way to put
Our
it.
expenses
Close
really
enough.
spiraled out of control when he started getting interested in weapons.
Oh, shit,
It was
weapons.
awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house.
Oh, shit. Well,
He
don't worry, we
wouldn't
have
sell
millions of
them,
Mora.
Wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like he was in a trance.
It's a possessed weapon. Calling in
I'm happy
now.
he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first. I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens. On the last day that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts,
Aw, War.
I would divorce him and take
Good old
the children
kitties.
with me.
Whoa!
Oh, shit. Sorry, divorce was just mentioned. I don't remember the log button, but divorce was just mentioned.
And that led to an argument.
Actually, it didn't. Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most
Taking the
things,
children.
he leaves the decision-making to me. You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink. After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back. But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
Listen, it's important to set those boundaries.
Had
It's
I not
completely
indulged his
understandable.
bad habits, we wouldn't have found ourselves in such a predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with me.
I don't think he was angry. I think he's just
The
possessed.
next thing I heard was that our
Pretty
warehouse
simple.
had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
I see. I understand. Ame no Mayuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse, and both men disappeared.
At first, I assumed they must have gotten into an argument over the price.
Doubtful.
But my husband has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
People fighting each other, punching each other in the dick.
Maybe he was feeling the pressure from the debts?
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts. Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't
Aww.
get upset. There could be more to this situation than meets the eye. If collecting things is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short period.
Very true,
But the
very true.
information we gathered from the other side suggests Ame no Mayuya is also a mild-mannered man who would not be likely to start an argument.
So there was no argument involved. Weird. Excuse me.
This situation is getting a little confusing.
It sounds like it.
A little confusing. More like completely mystifying.
It's like these mystery games that I keep playing on this channel.
Let's try a change of scenery
Mysteries.
and see if we can piece together what we've learned. Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Come home, little Nagato. Come home. Single tear. That's why we cry on the side.
Based
All right,
on the
Kazuha.
information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance. And the
Correct.
fire at the warehouse likely played a part in how the situation unfolded, though its exact role is a mystery.
Do we get to go to the fire?
Do you have any thoughts?
Head empty. What?
Well, Paimon was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and...
Head empty. Peace and tranquility. Anyway.
Nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
We're probably still missing crucial information.
Right. I very much agree with you. It seems highly likely that we're missing a piece of the puzzle. Working off what we know so far, there are too many things that don't add up. The chances are that there are still some clues left for us to discover. One fact that I keep coming back to is that Ame no Mayuya is polite and well-mannered, while Mr. Nagato is introverted and passive. Neither seems like the type of person who is inclined towards initiating conflict.
Correct.
Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after the fire. The more I ponder,
Why am I
the
sleeping?
more puzzling
I don't
it
want to be sleepy.
becomes. Just what could have happened there?
Yeah, and this doesn't seem connected.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Ame no Mayuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of amenoma art, not those of the combat-oriented Ishin art.
Correct.
We thought we could get two birds with one stone here, but at this rate, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
Entitled Goose Game, maybe? I'm just saying.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Correct.
Okay, but where should we go now?
Let's head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Evidence, evidence. Go to the warehouse where everything burned down. Man, We teleported and it's raining like crazy.
Wait,
Yeah? What's up?
I hear something ominous in the wind.
Are you sure it's not this crazy storm that just kind of started?
Oh, this must be another one of those sounds that only you can hear. As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament, so...
So the Beto's tournament thing, was that an event? Because I always thought that was a story quest.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
Looking around, looking around.
There's nothing here.
It's gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
It's raining. And storming. Pretty sure Tatarigami.
But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
Alright, where's this burned down house?
So it's an underground warehouse.
That makes a lot more sense, honestly.
The force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Oh, is the blade infused with Tatarigami energy?
Her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Would somebody have noticed?
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters.
We sure about that?
Most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions. Mr. Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
Oh no, he's a whore!
So what should we
Sure.
do now? Go down and take a look?
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
Oh, he'll be
If we
fine. He has a
don't open
vision.
this door, we can move no closer to the truth. You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
Don't worry, there could be so much energy that could kill a normal person, but we're all unique.
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
I don't know if it's good or bad. We didn't get any information.
Scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us.
Oh shit, not the warehouse boogeyman! Not the warehouse boogeyman! Everybody run for your lives! The warehouse boogeyman!
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source left this place. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen them.
Oh, we cannot afford to delay any longer.
Let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from. Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you, too, will perceive its ominous presence in the wind.
AKA, you want me to use elemental sight. Follow the scent and look for clues. That's not the right number. That wasn't the right thing. But there was a thing named Oomper. Oh, it's not even the elemental sight, it's just... It's just dark energy. It's so ominous. Look at the... Oh god, they jumped it. Oh shit, now
From this
Song
point,
lose
the
what?
trail appears to split into two. The main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here, and seems to be dissipating slowly.
So it's probably the two men.
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Oh, I'm so proud that you can say that without moving your lips, Kazuha.
Whoa, look at all those hilly
Something seems to be drawing their attention. Let's take a closer look.
Time to go. See?
Enemy reinforcements. Y'all have very clearly never faced a Hu Tao before. Hu Tao, Yu Tao! Anyway, sorry.
Ooh, look at this red stuff. What is it?
Is it Jello?
By
Must
the
be
looks
Jello.
of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry. It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
Red-dyed fabric. I am Nagato. I was wounded by Amanoma Yuya. He took my most precious blade. I chased him, but could not catch him. I lay down here to rest on account of my exhaustion. I thought that I might croak right here. My stomach kept on bleeding, but it seems that some strange power has sustained me. Why did he steal that blade? I was going to sell it to him. He even burned my warehouse down. Ugh, it hurts. But for some reason, I can't fall unconscious, so all I can do to distract from the pain is write. What will happen to Sachiko, Yuichi, and Yuji? I'm sorry to them, I really am. Only now do I realize how stuck in my ways I was and how blind to my obsession. I must have been cursed. I collected all those things and strange and bizarre things, including a dog freaking out because somebody slammed a door downstairs. I don't know if y'all heard that, but I just heard a door slam and all three of my dogs went ballistic. Anyway, but they won me not one iota of happiness or warmth. Put all of it together and it still wouldn't have been worth a single word from her mouth. Thank you and sorry for letting you down, Sachiko. Holy cow, that dog. No. Typically, you're not supposed to hear my dogs in the background. Typically, yeah, typically you're not supposed to, which means, let's see. Do. Wait, no, sorry, I need to raise that up a little bit more, like right here. Okay. Good doggos. It's mostly the fact that they, like, any little thing will cause them to go ballistic. So, anyway.
According to this letter, a conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to Mr. Nagato.
Yeah, makes sense. Also, testing. So I just have to be loud. That's cool. Sorry, I raised the noise gate. So hopefully I don't get cut off randomly. If it does happen, please let me know. But that should at least stop with some of the background noise stuff.
Yuya started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
So, where is he?
He was not only mortally wounded, but also under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Oh shit. Well, Nagato's dead. Rest in peace.
Whatever traces there may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
That's depressing. Dude's dead because of Tataragamis and shiz. Damn. Rest in peace, buddy.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths. If Amenoma Yuya is attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Right, so let's get moving.
So how did it come to this,
surprised
though?
if he too fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected, it seems that now we know the thread that runs between them.
True.
I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attacker's identity.
Wait, you figured it out? So these two
Is this gonna
pieces
get
are
depressing? I think
connected
it already
after all?
is, isn't it? There's already a dead dude who leaves behind a wife and 2 children who are currently in debt and possibly their only way of getting out of debt.
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person. On with the search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
Well, hopefully we find the dude. Oh, how fantastic. Oh no. Okay, I thought I missed. Good thing that the Tatarigami, flies. Oh, never mind. I thought they were flying. The dude just decided to go out for a swim. That's fine. Excuse me. Going over here. Now we're gonna drop down. And over here. Boom. Easy.
He seems to have stayed here for a long time.
Why here?
He was in a boat,
Is there anything special about this place?
but
I'm
he's
not
on a boat.
sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Okay.
Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
He's here! The boy!
Kaede Harakazua. It's you, at last.
What's up?
So it is the same guy from before. What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have against Kazuha?
He's such a nice boy.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenome Yuya that stands before us. But what if instead of facing Amenome Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
Oh, the
Now
blade!
that you mention it, it is giving off a strange light. Whoa! Surely you don't mean... Are you serious?
Paimon, I would just like to explain something real quick for those who never did the event or don't understand what I'm about to refer to. Paimon Albedo's first event on Dragonspire was the blood and bones of an ancient dragon turned into a sword that whoever wielded it pretty much lost control of their mind. Like, supremely lost control. And we were the only ones who could use it without facing any dangerous consequences. A possessed blade is not that far-fetched.
Tatarigami energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity.
We were talking to a boat like a few days ago.
The blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind, and more recently using the sail as a means to affect, or rather as a means to occupy, Amenome Yuya's body.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter. Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Ishin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
Imagine y'all can't hear the barking anymore. Maybe like one bark every now and again. Once it tries to bark from one specific dog. But there was a shit ton of barking the past 30 seconds. And I don't think it got picked up on the mic.
As a descendant of the Kaedehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya.
There's probably one bark, but probably not the 20 or so that were all happening. So
He
we're
was a
good.
bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith. And sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me.
Okay.
He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own. In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire world, but also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade forging.
So, swords can become conscious and control people?
It's not that odd,
The
Paimon.
people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action. After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma. Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power, the might of Ishin art.
Oh shit!
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim.
Nope.
Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using them?
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission. When they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
And the sword's kind of a dick.
Awful.
After I returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter. At long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I shall defeat the Raiden Shogun. Kaede Harakazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come. Now, give your body over to me! Write history! Me!
Wind Strider! Time to get... It's fine. Wind Strider!
Me!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! I must remain calm.
Alright, let's just end this.
Rewrite history!
Huh?
Join me
Dog's over.
and sever that divine light!
Oh. There you go, you're dead. I was like, maybe I could do
Stand in
something.
my way, or I will strike you down too!
Your bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost.
Easily.
I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more. Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
You just smash it to pieces. It's not that
The
hard.
end result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger. And even if I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure.
This blade's stupid.
By any means necessary, and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Ishin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
Kazuha's smart.
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Ishin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings.
Yep.
Since the blade is currently possessing Amenoma Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade. If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
Yep.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Ishin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface. In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner.
True.
Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Yeah, did Sword be weak?
Oh, that's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Amenoma Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great cost. I think you realized your limitations long ago. The more you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth.
Damn, Kazuha putting his sword in its place?
But the way I
think?
see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Ishin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life.
Yep.
Even if you were to sever that divine light, is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
And Kazuha can say that without moving his lips?
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Ishin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding. How could you possibly unleash the full potential of Ishin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool! I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality. It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet, and I will put your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
I'm pretty sure we win the bet.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Don't do this, Kazuha!
You know, the cursed blade that can possess
This is
people.
the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the blade's puppet.
Also true.
The cursed blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me. We have a chance here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
This is alright.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
I mean, he's not gonna be influenced immediately.
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment.
This is
It's all
risky.
right. So far, this was as I expected.
If something feels off, let me know immediately.
I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies. Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Ishin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its true power. If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild.
And what might that be, Paimon?
The Takatsukasa clan abandoned that
Fucking-
secret base. It's been held by Ronin ever since.
Takatsukatsa. Ta 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 ta.
Please lead the way.
What about Amanoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
You can chill.
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous journey.
Pamanoma Yuya dies.
Okay, fine.
We'll take blame.
Just be careful.
Just be careful, Kazuha, you silly goose. Oh, you silly goose. Don't you get in any danger. Go to the blade testing venue. So this is probably going to be like a Kazuha only sort of thing. Sage, how far are you into this game, by the way? Because I know you said you haven't done this quest yet. There's like a few other things. I feel like you've gotten through like a lot of portions in this game. Occupy at Hole. Bring along Team OP. Bye, Katsy. Have a good night. Take it easy. It is just Kazuha.
Leave everything on this journey to me.
Okay. I believe in you.
Time to get down to business.
You finished the main story. Gotcha. This sword sucks. Do some story quests. Makes sense.
To the ferry. Let's get down to business. Time to go. As one with wind and cloud. To the ferry.
We did it.
How are you feeling? You okay?
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use. Though
Damn.
he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
Something else on your mind?
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm. Let's keep going.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh, hello. There's a chest. Take the chest. It's probably important. Hi. I'm here to kill you. I mean, this sword's not really doing too. This sword's weak as hell. All right, everyone, show up. Don't you? No, stop.
Fine, clouds high. The birds call.
The dogs are barking again, as expected. Alright. How are we doing? Doing good?
Whoa, something's up with the blade.
Grown
I
dimmer?
can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
I will be careful with it. He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
I mean, he does have some strong resolve. We'll give the blade that. At the same time, if that blade breaks,
Time to go.
I don't think that helps anybody. Also, like, you know, I kind of want to use the blade. I am not doing any damage. I am now doing damage. I think I know how to fight as a character. Yeah.
Wind strider. As one with wind and cloud.
Alright, how's it looking, Kazuha?
Are you okay? It looked like you were really struggling the entire fight.
Sure, we were.
Yes,
Maybe?
and it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
Perhaps this time we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? What the? Is this the same blade as before? It looks like a piece of junk.
Damn. It really does. It looks like it's about to
If you
break.
choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken. It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
Dude, the truth is right there.
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one
Damn.
who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Hey, what up?
Where do they keep coming from?
You probably shouldn't fight with the blade anymore.
Yep, we can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade. It's just more of the same.
So now we use the actual blade. Alright, so now he's using his own blade. As I look away for a brief second.
Wind strider.
See, and now we're just doing actual, like, damage. Ow. There we go. See? Kazuha's blade fucking owns.
Way better with your own sword.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth.
It's because Kazuha's fucking smart as
I
shit.
thought that if I could achieve Ishin harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Yeah, there's always a time.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power: skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Ishin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy.
Is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
That's kind of sad. Tatarigami is like full control of the dude.
Save Amenoma Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention of trying to fight it. I feel a great sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential.
Yep.
And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this.
Blind rage.
It is the true source of your despair.
Blind rage sucks.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose. How could I possibly deny him his wish?
Well, he's dead, so, like, there's not much you can do.
Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy.
Can't forge.
How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
He's dead, so...
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
Let's give him some time to think. Kazuha, what you doing?
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange dimension. It was somewhere I've never been. A bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end. A newly forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the blade's memory, wasn't it?
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Ishin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his actions. He felt intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth. So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
And then this all happened.
So that's the true story. But after that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
Yep.
Right. I believe the bladesmith might never have known that the power he worked with was that of the Tatarigami. The hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late. Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, His ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have calmed down, though. Let's go and check in.
Please don't Sudoku, Yuya. Like, Yuya hasn't done anything wrong. He was just here.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday.
Please don't Sudoku.
I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numb the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge. Not only did I fail to fulfill his ambition, I also defiled it.
Damn!
Finally seeing reality clearly.
Oh, that's good.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Amenoma Yuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence.
Okay.
So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck, mister.
It has to be done in this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Amenoma Yuya as promised. My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
I guess.
Attitude has grown a lot milder.
He's learned. He's like a kid, finally learning.
What do you
2 plus
Gacha?
2.
Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again, nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey.
Oh, excuse me.
The next in a long
It's a never-ending
line of
story?
transgressions.
What? Sorry.
You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Oh? And who would be the opponent?
I will release Amenoma Yuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you. He must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
We're gonna fight this guy for the 3rd time? Yo, Yuya, this is what's
I
happening.
see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward. I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryo Commission.
Yeah, it was a sword, not...
Thanks
You?
for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here. In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Greater set. Where are you gonna fight? A chest! Fulfill the cursed blade's wish. Interesting. Gonna get going. No worries, Jigsaw. Have a great rest of your day. Take it easy. Alright, where are we fighting? Oh, we're fighting on the beach. A fitting place for a fight. Don't worry, Geo Archon is here to fight. Geo Archon shows up. I'm ready to fight. I'm a samurai.
Crash!
Yeah, much more relaxed
We
occasion.
still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything.
You're fine.
Even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him. Are you ready?
Alright, let's go,
Ready?
team.
Okay. All right then. Successor of Ishin art, Kaidahara Kazuha.
Successor of Amenoma art, Ame no me Yuya.
Drinker of Mountain Dew. Kitathi.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
I am thirsty.
That hurt!
I'm glad I'm part of this duel as well.
Wind Strider. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
We did it!
Thank you.
Wait.
For the experience.
Perfect.
Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance. His sense of savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
You also fought well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
You need not seek my forgiveness, nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
Yeah, there's a lot of people dead.
I do
Mr.
not wish
Blade.
for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone and not let them stain the legacy of Ishin art. I strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Ishin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha.
Hell yeah, he
I
does.
beseech you.
It does.
Please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish. He would like to visit the Amenoma smithy. Maybe we can go back there together.
What does he want to go there for?
Probably wants to be
I'm not
refurbished.
sure, but I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Probably. Time to go to the smithy. Why am I Hu Tao? I thought I was the Geo Archon. Why do I keep becoming a girl who's obsessed with coffins and death? I just had a thought. I am completely removing that thought from my brain. Bye, Hu Tao. No, Hu Tao. Stop.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
Hell yeah! And here's all the stuff that's happened.
A
Regarding the
prized Ishin blade, turned weapon that controls the human mind. Considering your forging philosophy, this was
That was a
indeed
6.
within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity, but I have some good news as well. Ryuji from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing Mr. Nagato.
They found the dead guy who's not dead.
Really? Is he okay?
Is he dead?
Yes, badly wounded, but he will live.
Hey, no depression. Let's go. The kids have a
And
dad.
now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
No.
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
Yeah.
What? No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
Paimon
He
shush.
tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious. I have decided to let him do it.
Paimon shush.
Nothing we can say to change your mind, huh?
Just shush. It's fine. It's fine. I trust your judgment.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later. Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness. You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Ishin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Ishin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Ishin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Ishin. This name is now yours to keep.
Rest in peace.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order. His consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the bladesmith's wish.
Kagotsurube Ishin. It was the first time I ever heard his name. It seems like deep down he disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them. I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me, just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation, and it's also time to give him a response to the offer he made me.
Man, Genshin quests are so good. Like, so good. Not even like slightly good, like we're talking really good. Really
You've
good.
returned. I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost. The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Wow, you sure kept your ear to the ground.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Kagotsurube Ishin, a weapon crafted using a long-lost blade forging art of the Kaedehara clan. By means of a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him. I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Ishin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see. I understand.
The Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to continue on this path. Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well, I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised. However, if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Great. Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now.
Sorry, that's the first time I've ever seen that.
As for my next destination...
We're going to wait for that to pass. We have 1 hour left before maintenance starts for 3.0. Sage, I'm glad Genshin doesn't rely heavily on cutscenes because when they do, they have them. They're so good. Agreed. 110% agree there.
Let's see where the wind takes me.
And guess what? We're getting a cutscene. Calling it now. No! Fuck, I'm wrong. I mean, the cutscene... I like a lot of the cutscenes in this game, too. We got Kugutsurubu Ishin. So let's check the blade out. You can check it with Albedo. I'm actually very curious. You do get refinement. Nope, you don't. Okay. So what is your... When a normal charging or plunging attack hits an opponent, it will whip up a hewing gale, dealing AoE damage equal to 180% of attack, increased attack by 50%. Ooh. That's actually a hella strong blade. Alright. We have 1 hour left before the servers go down to get ready for 3.0. And I have done currently everything I've wanted to do before 3.0 drops. I have legitimately done everything I've wanted to do. So I'm gonna throw this over here quick because I don't need it right now. There are still a lot of quests I need to do. Plus, some of these quests are going to, you know, this one's going to disappear. So let's go over things that I'm not going to be doing before 3.0 drops, but we will do later down the line. First things first, the hangout quests, the hangout events. That's not quests, hangout events. We have not done Sayu, Beto, Goro, Yunjin, Ningguang, Kuki Shinobu, and Shikanoi and Haizo. These hangout events will be done during 3.0, and I mean specifically during 3.0. I'm done being behind on Genshin things. Playing through this game the past 2 weeks, I've really been honestly discontent with the fact that I've been putting off a lot of, you know, events. I've been putting off a lot of just a lot of events. I've been putting off a lot of achievements, playing through the game, so on and so forth. I have been behind on all of that, and I seek to redeem that moving forward. Announcing today, once 3.0 drops tomorrow, which I guess is late tonight, but will be tomorrow for us, I will be putting Genshin as a main focus game moving forward, next to Fire Emblem Three Hopes. What that means is that we'll be treating Fire Emblem Three Hopes as normal, doing constant, let's do a walkthrough, by the way, while we talk about this, because I have a lot of things I want to talk about for this last hour. So Fire Emblem Three Hopes is now the current game that is being streamed kind of regularly, semi-regularly now, after we finish Cult of the Lamb. That game is still going to be our prime focus. However, Genshin is also going to now be, instead of a game that we play once every so often, we will actually be treating Genshin, starting with 3.0, as a full game until we finish everything we have left to do in this game that's not random. And I do have a list of things that need to be done. First things first are the hangout events. we will be doing streams where we will just start off with doing a hangout event before we move on to further things. So after we do all of the 3.0 stuff, which yes, there will definitely be a lot of, after we do 3.0 exploration, quests, all that sort of stuff, we will do Sayu's hangout and then move on to the second part of each Genshin stream. So each Genshin stream moving forward is going to take 2 parts. First part is the prime focus, which is hangout events, so on and so forth. After that, we are going to be finishing up achievements, exploration, and everything else I have yet to do in this game. This means quests that are still found by the coordinators. So the one in Mondstadt, there is of course one in Liwa, and there is one in Inazuma. There's also more than likely going to be one in Sumeru, and we will be focusing on that first before we backtrack to finish everything else. We also will be getting every single achievement that I have not gotten in the game yet. Toki Alley Tales, that stuff. Except for commission-based achievements. Even though we've been playing this game for, I think, upwards of nearly 2 years, I've not gotten every single commission-based achievement yet. It's completely random, and I just have to get lucky. That's why we're still doing Mondstadt commissions, because I'm still missing some specifics there. But as we do the new setup for Genshin, where we do the main focus first, followed by achievements, we should be able to catch up on everything. I don't have a specific path on what I'm going to do, but just expect us going to a lot of places that we haven't been to in quite some time and finishing a lot of those off. But Genshin's going to be taking a very big, focus moving forward. Also, with 3.0, I'm going to be announcing a little bit more of chat interaction for Genshin stuff. Mostly, we all just kind of talk when we're doing the quests and events and everything. Starting with 3.0, chat is going to be helping me create a team moving forward. Oh my gosh. So, currently the team is Hu Tao, Xingxia, Albedo, and Zhongli. We are going to be making a team featuring one of the new characters in the game. So, what's going to happen is when we get 3.0, we will start off doing wishes, okay? Obviously, I have 37. Yeah, let me just show behind me. 37 of those, but we're not going to use those yet for reasons I'll get to in a moment. I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but I believe we get a 4-star and a 5-star in the 3.0 wish, right? I think it's Tiganari and Kalei, with Dory being the next half. Is that correct? Gonna look up Dender reactions? Yes, okay, cool. So, what will happen, Kalei's gonna be free though, an event if I remember correctly. I'm still gonna roll for Kalei anyway, because Kalei's gonna be on the same thing as Tiganari. So obviously if I'm rolling for Tiganari, I still will have a chance to get Kalei. So with that being said, during the 3.0 stream that we will be doing tomorrow, and yes, we are doing a 3.0 stream of Genshin tomorrow, I will have a poll running at the beginning, about an hour into the stream. I'm not doing it at the beginning because I know some people are going to be playing it themselves and some people are going to be showing up late. But an hour into the stream, I'm planning on starting the stream at about 8 o'clock Pacific time. Once 9 o'clock rolls around, there will be a poll that says, who is the focus, Tiganari or Kalei? Whoever wins, that is who we end up making the team around, and chat will be giving inputs as to who they want on the team. We'll be using chat input, we'll be using online stuff, and for the entire part until we get to the new wish, that is the team we will be using until Dory comes out. So we'll be making that team as strong as possible. Now, there are 8 characters that we have already used in the past. And once again, I'll repeat this during the 3.0 stream, but I just want to make it clear so I can just say it to the stream here right now. There are 8 characters that we have used. Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Albedo, Zhongli, Ganyu, Kokomi, Razor, and I know it says Yoimiya, but it's technically Klee. Yoimiya was never really part of the team until very, very recently. Also, 50 minutes remaining. You are able to use any character from previous teams. Do not feel like you can't use Hu Tao, Xingqiu, Albedo, Zhongli, Razor, Ganyu, Kokomi, or Klee on, like, you can't use them. If you want to use them on one of the teams and have that as input, feel free. Repeat characters are allowed when we do this. And I'll be doing a count for every single time when we change teams on which person's being used. That way I can also try to, like, as we go down to 3.0 scale, I'll be saying, hey, these are some characters that we have not used yet. Is it possible we can make a team with including them? If not, so be it. But I'd like to have at least one new character on every team, along with the new character. But those will be the focuses moving forward for 3.0. Now that being said, the Hu Tao team and the Razor team will still be around, and that's specifically because those teams are good for very specific boss fights. So there's that. But yeah, and there's going to be, I believe in this update, there are actually increasing the amount of teams we can make. So that should be really nice to have as well. Other than that, the other thing I want to say is I'm going to be opening up worlds for people. So whenever we're doing an event, as long as it is not a story stream, so as long as it's not, you know, let's say there's a story quest for Tiganari or a story quest for Calais or a story quest for whoever, people in chat will be able to join the world. I will let chat join the world as I do my usual thing. I will not be like doing too much with them moving forward. So if like they want to do domains or anything, I really won't be doing any domains with them because I still need companionship. But if they want to chill in the world, if they want to follow around, feel free. Cries in world level 5. That's another thing. So don't worry, Sage. We'll get there. Also, Sage, have you added me yet? Big Sage added. You can add me, by the way. Don't feel afraid to. Yeah, so anyone is able to join into the world. Yeah, you're absolutely able to. Just use the UID at the bottom right. Cheese, do you want to explain? It's you go to friends. Sorry, I can explain here. You go to friends, and then you go to search and add friends by UID, and then just type the number that's on the bottom right of the screen. Yeah. So, yes, I am world level 8. I am AR60. I was one of the first English people to have AR60. Yes, I'm a smaller streamer. It's still surprising to me that I was able to do it before a lot of the big name streamers. Yes, even the people who spent a shit ton of money because they never did it for resin. I was the one who did it for resin. I'm still proud of it. Shush. I'm a domain right now, so I'll do it after. Sounds good. I still hold that very proudly. Anywho, even though I'm in world 8, there is going to be stuff that I'm going to be doing for people who are in lower world levels. For the last 30 minutes of any particular stream, if we're done with everything, I will be going into other worlds just to help lower worlds, just to help people out with, like, say, domains and everything. And just like jumping around and hanging out for a bit. So it may not be every single stream where I'll do that, but I'll try to make it a habit that for people who are lower world level that can't go into my world, to do that. The reason I'm not going to lower my own world level though is because it makes the monsters weaker, and as such means that they don't drop the materials that I need. But yeah, that'll be something that we will do. It may not happen immediately, but that way it lets people who are lower world level join in. A few more things, because I got stuff to talk about and a whole lot of things. I did mention earlier, achievements are going to be the focus. We're going to be focusing on all of the hangout events first, and then as we do the hangout events, we will finish the Wonders of the World series as well as the others. We are very, very close to finishing the really long achievement of Stop Gather Time. I'm at 640 out of 800. So that's the only one that's going to be taking still a long time, but everything else can still be done, catching fish and whatnot. In fact, I think for fish catching streams, I may end up going to other people's worlds that are lower world level just for that, because I don't believe it affects fish. So for some specific achievements, I may end up doing it in other people's worlds. Just, yeah. That way, it could be just a fun, enjoyable time of the sorts. And yeah. Otherwise, for Genshin content, I'm still going to be doing trying to upload voice lines as best as I can up on the YouTube channel. I know I've been really, really far behind on just uploads for the YouTube channel, but based on some circumstances recently, I think that the only thing I really am going to be uploading moving forward is going to be clips, hopefully daily, hopefully, as well as voice lines. And then after I get through all the voice lines, which I really want to barrel through as quick as possible, I do want to talk about all the stories of every single character, because it's stuff that people have not read yet. And there we go. Added you. Perfect. Excuse me.
Violet grass is a plant that enjoys a moist environment and is best picked after it rains. If you should choose to pick any, be sure to store them appropriately.
Good stuff. Yeah, we will, I'll be still doing that sort of stuff when it comes to voice line stories, and in the future, I do want to go over archives, for equipment and everything. There are still some weapons that I do not have, unlocked, and that's because some are purely gotten through, pretty much all these 5-star weapons are gotten through the gacha. I am not announcing that I'm going to be rolling on weapon gacha moving forward, but if this new position does pan out as well as I'm thinking, if it starts getting me out of debt, there is a potential. That's all I'm going to say. But that's not for a long time, so please do not panic. For those who know about my financial situation. It's literally months in the future, Cheese. Don't worry about it. Other than that, I'm gonna be still playing Genshin. I think I should answer a few other questions as well. Am I ever going to play Tower of Fantasy? No, I don't. There's two reasons that I've talked about. One is the very, very good reason as to why I shouldn't. The second one is more my personal take. The first reason why I'm not is because it's another gacha game, and we all know I have a gambler's addiction. We all know it. Let's just not beat around the bush. There's a reason why I have every single character in this game. I have a gambler's addiction. I understand that. I don't want to feed into it with another gacha game. Fall Guys is already pushing it, and Cheese is really trying to stop me from from buying stuff on Fall Guys. I was very close to yesterday. I almost did, but I didn't. So thank cheese for that. I don't want to get into another gacha game. It's just gonna make me more and more stressed. Secondly, I just don't really find too much enjoyment from Tower Fantasy. I've like looked into it. I watched a few trailers, watched a few like streams of it. I don't think it's for me. It seems like a very much, I'm just gonna be honest, it looks like a Genshin ripoff. It really does look like kind of a Genshin ripoff, and it's like, here's all the things that Genshin doesn't have that we have. And it just doesn't feel good. So I'm gonna stick with Genshin moving forward. A small third reason is I don't think I can handle another massive world game. But yeah. Other things to really talk about. So I should talk about the stream tomorrow, which y'all should expect. So I already talked about like the beginning with everyone essentially coming up with kind of a team based around one of the two characters that everyone will be able to vote on. But tomorrow is going to be looking like about a 6-hour stream of a Genshin. It's probably going to be the longest Genshin stream I've done, if not ever, in a long time. I do fully intend to stream the game for 6 hours, whether it's 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, 10 to 4, as long as it's before 6 o'clock my time, because we do have a collab stream. So yeah, the plan is going to be starting at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I also plan on streaming tonight, so yeah, not my greatest ideas, but I have to catch up on some stuff, so yeah. But 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time is when I'm planning on starting the stream. An hour into the stream, we'll do the poll for who we should make the team based around of. And the entire stream tomorrow for Genshin will be exploring Sumeru. We're going to explore every nook and cranny of Sumeru. We're going to do as many quests as we possibly can. There's probably an Archon quest that we're gonna be given, maybe 2, I think some people said. We're gonna just go all the way in and see as much as we can do in Sumeru starting tomorrow. We more than likely will not be able to get through everything, and that is 100% okay. If we don't get through everything, that is fine. There's always still a lot more Genshin streams. I believe there might be an event starting the same day. There's a lot of like what ifs, but there's always like a lot of potential. So we'll see how it all goes. But it will be 6 hours regardless. If I do hopefully end up starting it at 8 a.m., it will only last 6 hours. I will not go over. And that is actually because if I plan things out accordingly, I might be going to my work for a little bit, and I want to work on some other stuff before the collab stream. But there will be 2 streams happening tomorrow. One's Genshin, the other will be Dead by Daylight with Kazooie, a good friend of mine. And it should be a fun day tomorrow. Long streams. And then after the Dead by Daylight stream, we'll probably do like a closing stream of some kind. And then Thursday we have another collab stream. And then Friday is another work day. And I do want to say that I do have Saturday off officially now, which means that we will be doing a 12-hour Splatoon 3 stream on Saturday. Yes, you heard me right. 12 hours of Splatoon 3 on Saturday. We're doing the entire length of the thing. Yep. I'll talk about the Splatoon stream on Discord a little bit, and also talk about it when it starts. I do plan on starting the stream for Saturday a little bit earlier before before the thing goes live, just to talk about what my plan is, because I have a little bit of information. I think it should be fun. I don't know if there's anything else I really need to talk about. Look at all the fish! We'll catch them eventually. We'll catch you fish eventually. I guess the only other thing that I could really need to talk about or want to talk about is work stuff. So some big changes have been happening at my work lately regarding my work hours and whatnot. I just want to let y'all be aware of what is happening so that way y'all know what to expect with streams. It is very likely that you will be getting a lot of morning streams similar to this one for the next few weeks. There's actually going to be now 2 times for streams typically. Depending, it's a big thing I've been trying to work on. I've been trying to figure out ways to stream more, but I also want to stream games at the right times for when people are awake to when people aren't awake. And kind of like balancing it all. It's been very, very difficult, so let me just tell you. For example, last night I was awake at like midnight, had 3 different games to choose from, and realized that the people who wanted to see those 3 different games would not be awake. And I felt bad that those who really wanted to see the games would not be awake. So I decided I couldn't decide on a backup game, so we didn't stream. But it's fine. So just to kind of explain work stuff that's going on recently, starting next week, because I'm now doing, so I bar back now at my work in mornings predominantly. I don't believe they are planning on scheduling me for afternoon shifts for bar backing anymore. I believe it is just morning. If that's the case, whenever I have a bar back shift, that means that I'm probably going to get home and be really tired. I will still try to stream in the afternoon. No promises, but I am going to try. Otherwise, it looks like a lot of my other shifts are all going to be in the afternoon moving forward, which means that I'm going to be doing at least a stream in the morning, once again around this time, the starting time of the stream, for a bunch of different games, which I believe that time works for a lot of people, so it should be good. That being said, I am up very, very late a lot of the time, and I am starting to want to do streams really, really late. So that being said, I'm hoping that starting, it's probably going to be next week. It might actually be tonight, to be fair, if I'm lucky. But I am going to be attempting to do some really, really late night streams. But suffers in Eastern time. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's hard. I'm sorry. If only I lived on East Coast, but I can't. So
should I report this to my superior?
I'm sorry. But a lot of games that we have played in the past will more likely be streamed really late on at night. And I did make a list of games of what those games are going to be, just so y'all are kind of aware that for those who like to watch the streams and everything, what you're essentially missing, but it's not going to be anything really story based. It is going to be games that either are just more chill times or, you know, aren't going to be super crazy. Right now on my list, I have Fall Guys, Genshin Impact Exploring, so it's not going to be like, let's say we're already done with, you know, all of the hangout events and everything. If I'm just doing exploring and talking, like, those will be those Genshin streams. Temetsi, Demon Crawl, which is a new game that I do want to play. It is a Minesweeper roguelite game, or dungeon crawling game. It's weird, but, you know, it doesn't have any story to it, so I figured I could do that super late at night. Age of Mythology, because I don't think any of my community really wants to watch Age of Mythology, and that's perfectly fine. That is 100% okay. I have nowhere else to walk through. You know what? We can go to the Golden Apple Archipelago and just sail around. We'll just do this. And then we're doing achievement knockoff for Balan Wonderworld, because I still have to finish that. So we're just gonna sail around casually and look at everything. But yeah, if there's a game that, like, talk about wine, exactly. Yeah, if there's a game that, like, I've finished in the past that I don't need to do, like, a full playthrough of again, but I just need to get some achievements, I will be doing kayak. Good fun. Yes, I will be doing whatchamacallits. Streams of games that just need to get, like, some achievements out of the way and whatnot. Once again, these are all going to be really late night for me. Also, Pokemon Legends Arceus will be there as well, just kind of as a closer game. And once again, these games, it's nothing super big story-wise, so, like, I know there's quite a few of y'all who are like, hey, you know, I really want to watch, like, this story game, but, like, I'm afraid you're going to stream it super late at night. I don't want to, you know, miss it, but I don't want to stay up super late. I get it. I really do. I'm not going to be streaming, like, the Somnium Files really late, Fire Emblem Three Hopes. I'm not going to be streaming Birth Me Codes Redux whenever we get to that super late. Like, all story games moving forward, whether they're visual novels or Genshin, adventure games, like that sort of stuff, those will still be at a good time throughout the day. So if y'all are worried about potentially missing that sort of stuff, don't worry, because I know, Sage, you like to be around for a lot of the story-based games. Same with Cheese. But if I were to stream those at, like, midnight my time, that is 3 a.m. y'all's time, and I don't want to, you know, I'd rather stream these games during better times. So, trying to, like, work on everything. But yeah. This is so pretty, by the way, just seeing all this sort of stuff. It sucks that this is all going to be gone in 30 minutes, but at least it looks nice. We don't even get a closing quest. 3 Kais and a Nayaka, 15 minutes in, a thunderstorm sent us back to shore. Yeah, it does that. And it really sucks that this is all going to be gone. Like, I really hope they keep the Golden Apple Archipelago, but I'm doubtful. It's such a nice place. It really is. Like, look how beautiful this is. I really like the story of this event. Oh, the music is fantastic as well. I really hope to play a lot more games for y'all moving forward. And I cannot apologize enough for not streaming yesterday. There's so many games to get through. There's so much stuff I want to play and beat. And I every day I miss a stream. I just feel really bad. So hope y'all can forgive me for not streaming yesterday. Rest is important too. I know, it's just There's so many games I want to get to and so much stuff I want to show y'all. Sure. Oh, we're gonna be going around the long way. But we'll get through it, I'm sure. Shenan's Island. That's the thing, is I've not gotten burned out of streaming, I don't think ever. I think the only thing that's really happened was me getting burned out of Splatoon. I think that's the only thing I've ever actually gotten burned out of. Surprising I haven't gotten burned out of Dead by Daylight yet. Like, for real. I'm insanely surprised that I've not gotten burned out from Splatoon. Or not Splatoon, Dead by Daylight. But no, I literally could keep streaming for very long periods of time. The downside, though, is that I'm just not... If I knew how to cook, being completely honest here, if I knew how to cook, y'all would get 12-hour streams. Straight up. If I knew how to cook and I had the ingredients, I could literally just, like, cook something really fast just to eat between streams. Like, I do a brief intermission for, like, 10 minutes between games, make some food real quick, and that way for the next game I can just go in, get some food and such. But I don't know how to cook, so I keep getting fast food. But gosh, look at that in the distance. It's so good. What's this? Oh, I think this is. I think I know what this is. Hello?
Solidify!
Excuse me, this is Cleese. This little reference to the Dodo King. Yeah. It's a good game. But yeah, so tonight, I said I do want to still stream tonight. I don't remember if I said what I wanted to stream tonight, but the plan is still going to be probably going to do Pokemon Legends Arceus tonight, or Temetsi. I think I'm still leaning towards Temetsi, but we'll see. There's also potential for Fall Guys, because a Fall Guys event just ended, but I don't know if a new one has started yet or not. Cheese, we might want to check that. And I don't mind doing solos and Fall Guys moving forward, but it's nice that we're back to Fall Guys after so long. Literally super long. We'll check right now. Cool. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I really want to talk about. There are still going to be streams with Doge and Cube and Slime in the future, as well, like this typical group. There's actually going to be a lot of collabs coming up here soon. And then I guess if you want to count the ones with Doge, Cube, and Slime, even though Doge is the only one who rarely streams. Want to count those collabs. I have lists of games that we're planning on playing in the future. Oh, you know, I just realized I didn't even talk about the 37 spheres that I have. Is it more? I don't remember. We have all the ones I only have 109 of these. Really? Oh, I know why I have 109 of these. Never mind. I'll worry about that later. So, rumor has it that in 3.0, after the first half of the, of no new events, cool. So after the first half of the role for Tiganari and all of them, I believe is that there is a they're supposed to be adding Tiganari and maybe like 2 other characters to the main role. I'm not 100% sure, but that's why I've been saving my my free spears for that, just so that way I can like roll for them if that's the case. But I really have no reason to roll on the main ones, so I'm just kind of stockpiling them until something crazy happens. Hitaboru, you're not supposed to talk anymore. And I don't know who the last one is. But yeah, all 4 stars get put to the main one, but not all the 5 stars. Like a flower or something? Hitaboru is like, suddenly I can talk again. Pretty big flower. It's nice. So I'm just gonna keep sailing. It's fun. You know what? I think we should also just kind of walk through Enkanomiya. I like Enkanomiya's music. I haven't finished all the stuff in Enkanomiya, but Enkanomiya is just a nice place. Hello, bishops. So the standard banner? Cough, cough, you never know. You never know. We can always hope for the best. Yeah, so if there's no new Fall Guys events, I think what I'll probably do is I'm probably going to be streaming Temetsi or Pokemon tonight. I'm leaning more towards Temetsi just to get that done and over with. But yeah, there'll be a lot of streams coming up, so I hope y'all are excited for a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna be definitely taking a bigger... So I tried going back and forth on like if I wanted to like stream more and then try to do like YouTube content at the same time, or what I wanted to do. But I think officially I'm going to be focusing more so on streaming content and just really uploading clips to YouTube, as well as doing the Genshin voice lines and all that sort of stuff. I guess that's a soft, like, slow kill of the YouTube channel, but yeah. I'll figure out how to get content, like decent content on it at some point. Just always been bad at editing and content stuff. So. Anywho. Excitement. I also hope we end up getting some new outfits for characters. That'd be cool. Because now we have 6 characters with outfits, right? Jean, Barbara, Ningguang, Ketching, Diluc, Fischl. Fun stuff. Meanwhile, Zhongli just walking through everything. Yeah. Yeah. I'll figure out like stuff I still gotta do in this game and whatnot. I'm just running through this because like I don't really know what else to say right now. Just game is just a lot of fun. I'm excited to see where it goes with since we're moving on to 3.0. It'll be a lot of fun. And this is another place I really have to explore. Just look at this place. Freaking economy, like Golden Apple Archipelago was really good, right? Look at economy and you're like, Jesus. You can explore all of this. Place is gorgeous. Have you ever been to Enconomia yet, Sage? Really good place. Finish most of the quests here. Yeah, I still got a bit to do. Economy is just a great time.
Every journey has its final day. Don't rush.
Wise words. Wise words. I really enjoy this game. It's nice. Oh, another thing I just thought of. Would y'all be interested in I think on YouTube there are videos of all the different cutscenes that are in Genshin Impact. I'm wondering if it might be a fun thing to do of just like a retrospective of at least the first two, the base game and the first expansion of Inazuma. And looking back at all the events and everything that, yes. I don't think we can do it right now because there are a lot of them. Because keep in mind, let me go to the travel log here. So we have cutscenes for each of these, right? The interlude chapter, Traveler, another interlude chapter. Yeah, but we can do, you know, there's the first lantern rite, the second lantern rite, the first Golden Apple Archipelago, now the second one, every story quest. Let me see. I'm gonna look up on YouTube real quick. Updated today. Man, I'm glad that some people really like... Oh, it's somebody's playthrough. It's essentially every playthrough. this one works. Hold on a sec. I'm just trying to see if I can find it. Because it's funny, every time it says all cutscenes, it's literally just like... There's not really any like actual cutscenes. It's just talking. Let me see. Is it this one? Man, I don't think anyone... Man, some people are making so many things. Oh, you know what? I have an idea. Hold up. What if I type this? No, not 3.0. Here we go. Upcoming, permanent. Come on, don't you have the past events? There we go. Events history. All right, hold up. I think I found it. Maybe we can do this before 3.0. Yeah, because there really wasn't any actual like events for the first one. I'm just trying to see. Okay, so what we can do is we can go through like all of the different things. The thing is, we don't actually get to see this.
Oh, wow. That's a statue of the Seven. There are a few of these statues scattered across the land to show the...
We don't get to rewatch it, which is so sad. Like, why can't we not rewatch it?
Ooh, did you just feel the elements of the world?
It's the first
Seems
thing.
all you had to do was just touch the statue and you got the power of animal.
Yeah, I get it. What else did we do? Okay. There's an event archive on YouTube. I just don't know if it's, here's the thing. I don't know if it is actually an event archive. Because keep in mind, like, I'd like to see, let me see. Because I'm looking for like at least like the last cutscene, right? Like the last cutscene that it usually shows. But I think, okay, that's what it is. What it is it's for past events, not main story though. Yeah, no, I see it. I pulled it up. You're looking at are you looking at Xeno archive? Right? What are you looking for specifically? I'll track it down for you. It's essentially like if you look at like the last cutscene where it's like super animated and they just like talk about all like recount all of it. I can still use this though. Actually, yeah, we can do this. So here's what I'm thinking then. If we're gonna do it like this, so what we'll do is, I wonder if the other person has all, because there is somebody who had like the full story. Let me just see. They're called Genshin Impact Quest Archive. Oh god, it's almost time. Oh, I see it. Specific ones. Oh, they have it in all different languages. That's impressive. Fucking shout out to this person. Genshin Impact Hangouts, Dragon Spa, World Quests. Man, I wish I had enough time to do all this. Jesus. I wish I had fucking all the time to do this. No, there is somebody who, hold on, I was back here. So there's somebody who, like, they have all of their, it says they have all the cutscenes and movies and everything. It's essentially their playthrough of the game. So it's like, no. What about this one? Okay, this one's all in order. Then it's Chalk Prince and the Dragon. And then Year of the Ox events, the Lantern Rite. Yeah, I'll find it. Because it looks like these are all like we can talk about all the different events and everything. So if the download takes a little while, what we can do is I can go back and just kind of relive all of the previous moments. So we got 3 minutes before everything goes down. Oh god, panic! I think it's only right if we look at the Immernachreicht while this ends. I think it's only fitting. Yeah, so how about this? Tomorrow, we'll make it a 7-hour stream or something where we just go through and relive all of the previous moments from Genshin up until 3.0, just as like a full recap. And we'll do that before we do 3.0. How does that sound? So all the previous events and kind of like talking about it, maybe even rating like each event and each interaction. Might be a good idea. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens once 8 o'clock rolls around tomorrow. But we'll just sit here and stare at the beauty of the Immernachreicht. We'll definitely be getting kicked out at some point for this, but that's fine. This game's beautiful. Game's absolutely beautiful. Anyway, once the servers go off, I'm gonna be ending off the stream, and then I gotta get going to work. Get a little bit ready for it, get some food, go from there. It's gonna be an interesting day at work for me, that's for sure. But with that, should be a fun week this week. I hope we can get through a lot of games. Who knows, maybe even tomorrow after DBD we might do some more, some other game stuff. So much to do, so much to do. Well, we'll see. I just really enjoy streaming. I wish I could just keep doing it longer and longer. But obviously I gotta get a paycheck first, so. But hope you guys enjoyed the Inazuma arc of Genshin. And tomorrow will be the beginning of Sumeru. It's exciting. It's definitely exciting. I just also want to say thank you all so much for sticking with me on this journey. For those who've enjoyed the Genshin streams way back when we started on YouTube and switching over to Twitch to now. I'm glad that all of y'all have still been enjoying it from this time. If you do want to relive all of the Genshin memories, they are on YouTube. youtube.com/Gatathi. And I'm still updating the VOD list as we speak. So as we sit here and wait for the game to kick us out, enjoy the Immernachreicht. We say goodbye to the Golden Apple Archipelago once more. Such a scenic view. Real quick. I'm saving these. That's it. Fontaine's which element? Pyro.